this is a painting that is how can we say, it's a tribute to the music department at Martin Methodist College, and the year is 1915. We're going to unveil it now, and then Dr. Brown is going to talk to you a little bit about the school in 1915 and what was going on, and maybe even before. Tell us a little bit about the history. So, Dr. Brown, you want to help me with the clips?
Great.
Okay, so this is a 4x8 rolled steel portrait called There Is Music in the Air. Okay, I'll just say just a couple of things about this, and that is that this is J.B. Grassi, who was from Vienna in the year 1915, wasn't it? Or was it Austria?
Austria.
It was
probably.
Austria, and he was the music teacher. Can I tell them who the portraits were? Well, this is Harriet Norrie's mom, who was 15 years old at the time, and she went to school here. And this is Harriet's grandfather, who is giving her the peonies that he grew in the yard. And you can see she's got, you know, a peony on her dress. And we really looked at some of these old pictures from the yearbook to find the dress, to find what Harriet's mother looked like. I had a picture of her. And then we put them in this deluxe setting with the Steinway pianos, because Harriet really helped our school out by donating a bunch of Steinways for the school. So we had to have him on a carved Steinway. And we'll look a little bit more into the symbolism of the painting, but I want to turn it over to Dr. Brown so that we can get a little bit of an idea of what the school was all about back then.
Good. Well, our students know, many of you will not know, we are in our 144th academic year this year. So founded in 1870. And this picture comes from the kind of a later era, 1915. But we've had a lot of fun over the last 3, 4, 5, 6 years, sort of celebrating the emergence of the arts at Martin. Part of it was the kind of reconstruction of this building as a fine arts center. And I've always loved the kind of juxtaposition we had with an old salt box gymnasium turned into a fine arts center. I love that. But we've had a lot of celebration about the emergence of the arts. Fact of the matter is, we talked about that sort of future orientation and the trajectory that was going to take us on in terms of influencing our community and the region, in addition to our students. Fact of the matter is, this is really kind of back to the future, because the college was so much oriented to the fine arts in its earliest years. We were a women's college, founded as a women's college, and in fact that may be less than accurate. I was going to say that may be overstating it, but that's a judgment call that I've made, and I don't want to make a judgment call. We started as really a finishing school, what I would call a finishing school, and many academics would look down on that. I don't. I understand the need for that at that time. A finishing school for women, and women had certain sort of vocational expectations at the time that were very different from the vocational expectations that our women students have today. And so the finishing school was an opportunity for them to go on further their education, but oriented in ways that would affect mainly family life, I think is probably the way to say it. So they certainly learned what I would call sort of home economics type subjects, but also amazingly the amount of arts and cultural type programs that they received is truly amazing, I think, for the time. And if you go back and look at the special societies that we had on the campus, what we now call clubs, at the time were called societies, and it was amazing the number of societies we had for a very small campus, 200, 300 students typically, and the number of societies we had very specialized on classical music, on specific kinds of art, and so to look back through the yearbooks and see this is truly astonishing. And so you understand why I say what we are now doing and where we're headed is back to the future. It is not a change of direction. It is very much in keeping with our history, and that makes this painting, I think, especially appropriate because it shows not only in a sense where we're headed, but where we have been. So thank you, Bernice. Thank you, Harriet and Nori, for this opportunity. And